Texas says it has no plans to comply with the Biden administration's deadline to turn over control of parts of the border to federal agents. And now 25 governors are backing the state in the standoff.
Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody joins us now. AG Moody, it feels like our country is dividing into two camps. Liberal states that for some reason want to allow an invasion, and Republican states like Florida, like where you are, that want to do everything in their power to help Texas and fight back against the Biden administration. So, what steps are you taking in Florida to help Texas fight this invasion?
Well, you're right. This is becoming an untenable situation. States that have been in this long battle with the federal government, with our president, in the interest of protecting Americans. Think about that. You have a president that is fighting against us every step of the way to protect foreign nationals over his own citizens. Today, Florida will be in court battling against them to keep them from releasing en masse. They have mass release quotas into the U.S. Texas is battling as they are putting up physical barriers, and every step of the way, Biden has been fighting them in court, forcing them to take them down. And so when New York and Chicago and Massachusetts and all these places are complaining because they're overrun, they're in a crisis situation, here it is, right here today. Texas and Florida are fighting to keep this country safe and secure and our border strong. And Biden has waged war against us every step of the way.
Well, Governor Abbott is also making a constitutional argument. He's saying that if the federal government doesn't do the job to protect the states, then the states have to do it for the federal government. It's called the right of self-defense. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. And what Governor Abbott is saying, look, we can't be at the mercy of a lawless president who refuses to do his job and protect this country. And therefore, because of this invasion, and again, Biden allows records to be broken every single month like we have never seen before. Just last month, another record broken. Texas can't take it anymore. And what Governor Abbott is saying, look, we have a right to defend ourselves. If our president won't do it, it's like having the police come to your home and tie your hands and let your home be overrun with people you don't know, people that are possibly there to hurt you, to hurt your home. It is untenable, and states have been left with the position of standing strong, not just for their own citizens, but for the safety and security of this country.
It's important also to cut through the legal noise on this. The Supreme Court of the United States did not say Texas cannot put up this wire. It simply allowed, based upon a procedural ruling, the federal government to take it down. So we can just go back on this back and forth for as long as potentially possible. We will be watching it. Meantime, want to get your thoughts on this. The Florida House just approved a bill to ban social media for kids under the age of 16. Now heads to the state Senate. If it makes it to DeSantis' desk and he signs it, the bill would require platforms to prohibit anyone younger than 16, regardless of parental approval, require platforms to use a third-party service for age verification, and call for platforms to terminate accounts for users under 16. Final thoughts to you, AG Moody, on the importance of a bill like this.
I think you're going to see leaders all over the nation that are parents. We all have children. Folks are getting to our children. Adults that want to do them harm are getting to our children through social media. Our children are being exposed to inappropriate material. They're being addicted online. We have to do something to stand up for our kids. I'm proud of the state of Florida, who is exploring ways to do that. And I think you're going to see that all over the nation.
Attorney General, what would you say to a parent who says, I live in the state of Florida so that I can make the decisions for my own children? I don't want the government to get in our way. We have about 20 seconds remaining for you to answer that question.
Look, there are numerous examples where we want to protect the safety of our children, especially from those, perpetrators, bad actors. And I think Florida is trying to balance the protection of parental rights with the protection of our children. And we've always done a great job of that. We'll continue to do that.
All right. Attorney General Ashley Moody, thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.